Alrighty, so just like I expected, we do have the vote for the new banner. The anniversary banner is coming up in like roughly a week. We have 2 days to vote on the characters that you want to pick for the banner, and it is a community vote, so everybody kind of votes for the characters they want. You get 3 festival votes and then 5 regular character votes. Just like I assumed, you cannot do it on the PC version because it pulls up like a little URL thing. But I did take screenshots of it when I did it on my phone earlier today, so we're going to look at those. So, as you can see, here is the festival lineup. I had to do it in multiple screenshots because you have to scroll through it, of course. If they did it on the PC client, I'm sure it would all fit, but unfortunately it doesn't do it in the PC client. So, you have Trader Meliodas, Queen Diane, Old Light Elizabeth, Estarossa Merlin, Escanor. We've already pretty much seen that it's going to be a new Escanor, so I doubt a lot of people are going to be voting for him unless they just need ultimate levels, which is understandable. Like, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I think actually when you look at these pictures, you can probably see who I voted for. So you can see I have a vote on Mael, I have one on Transcendent Bond, and one on the newer Light Elizabeth. I assume outright that UR is probably just going to get voted in like no matter what. Like, everybody likes this new UR He's insanely good. People want him. People are using him for rat. There's all kinds of different use cases for him. So I have zero doubts that he's not going to be on the banner. So, yeah. But, so I assume he's just going to get voted in regardless. So I basically just picked characters that I need ultimate levels for. I don't know if this new Escanor is going to be for human team, or if he's going to be for, like, Sins, or if he's going to be broad case use, where you can use him on whatever you want. I just assume that he might be humans, but they are kind of, like, into Sin teams lately. So I need extra copies of Mael, so I voted for him. I need copies of Transcendent Bond. I think I'm at 4-6, and he just has like a really, really good ult, and he's just a good character in general for the human team, so I would like to have a couple of extra copies of him. And then this Elizabeth, I only have her 1-6, and she's pretty mediocre with a 1-6 ultimate, so I would like to have extra revives and extra damage whenever I do her ultimate. So that's just my thought process on the whole thing. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I feel like every time a vote banner comes out, it's like, oh, you have to vote for this or you're a moron. Vote for whoever you want. Obviously, if there are enough like-minded individuals, then those characters will end up being on the banner because they'll get voted for enough. I would imagine Melly, like I said, is probably just going to get the most votes in general, so I didn't bother voting for him. But obviously, if you want him and you want him on the banner, you don't care about some of these other characters, vote for him. Because, I mean, if you want him, vote for him, or else, I guess there's a chance he wouldn't be on the banner. But those are the festival lineup. DK's all right, I guess. I don't think there's really any good reason to go for Purgatory Melly, to be honest. Like, the new UR Melly kind of overshadows him in pretty much every single way. I could see maybe people wanting to vote for Trader Melly, but without him having a relic right now, I think UR Melly is kind of better in some use cases as well. But depending on what relics they come out with during this festival, we could end up seeing some interesting use cases. If Trader Melly gets one, or if Light Escanor gets one, which I don't think will happen because we're getting a new Escanor, or hopefully Galland gets one. But Hell is also a pretty interesting character. I don't think people are super interested in Hell, but I could be gauging the community a little bit wrong on that one. Going over to the regular character lineups, I had a tough choice actually picking who I wanted from these, but we have a seasonal section with Valentine's Melascula, Spring Elaine, Wedding Brunhild, Summer Deanne, which I think Summer Deanne is a good vote if you want to get ultimate levels for her, or you don't have her for OG Demon. She is the best character to have for that. Halloween Easton gets overshadowed by Christmas Roxy in pretty much every way, so I don't recommend you get her or vote for her, but I mean, do it up if you don't have her. Valenti, not a whole lot of use cases there. Blue Danafor Liz is actually pretty interesting, but very, very niche use cases. The only reason I use her is for the Demon King fight, because it makes the Albedo team potentially one-turn phase 1, which is nice, but I don't know if everybody wants that, or if you even have Albedo. Jelly King was given away for free, so I probably wouldn't vote for him. This Spring Elizabeth, pretty bad. Summer Freya could be interesting, but I think Red Freya's on here, and if I had to choose between the two, I would vote for Red Freya personally. Summer Margaret's in here if you need her for Nidhogg, understandable. This Halloween Merlin is actually pretty good. Can actually be very useful. Now that I'm like playing Guild Wars a little bit, I see that she's a little bit more useful, definitely in Guild Wars. Definitely got overshadowed in the regular gameplay, but if you don't participate in Guild Wars, obviously no reason for you to vote for her, so can be a skip. Christmas Roxy. I did vote for Christmas Roxy because I already have her, but she is a Unity unit. It doesn't really matter because I already have the blue 166, but she's a really good backliner for humans. She technically can be used with any team, but humans seems to be her best use case, but obviously extra CC for her would be great. Next up, we have the special category, which has a couple of graces. You can see blue Elat on here. I don't recommend you vote for her, but I did vote for Ominous Nebula Zeldris and the two other demon backliners, and the only reason I did is because there's really not a whole lot of great options, to be fair, like that I need personally. Obviously, if you need any of these units, vote for them, but these are basically all three demon backliners. Zeldris really isn't going to be used all that much, but I just like him as a character, and I would like to have extra ultimate move gauge, or like extra ultimate move levels for him, so that's just a personal, preference. And then down here at the bottom you have the green Ludo, not great. Tristan, if you use angels, he can be good. I really do like this green Golden Wings Elaine. She's actually really good, but I'm not sure that everybody's going to like using her. And then you have green Elat, who I prefer on the demon team, and I do see her actually getting a lot more use in Guild Wars, which I think is very cool. But obviously, if you don't use the character, then there's not really much use in you voting for them. The last section is 7 catastrophes in Ragnarok, which I thought was kind of interesting as a section. I voted for Skadi because I just don't have a lot of ultimate move levels for her. And the rest of these characters I either have 6/6 or I don't really use. Ragnarok Bond has kind of been phased out, but he is a good universal backliner if you want him. Jormungand obviously is for Snake. Green Awakened Mono, not great. She's okay. I wouldn't use her nowadays. Freyr obviously is very good for his ultimate. If you can get his Holy Relic, he's a good character, well-rounded. Very good PvE unit if you need him for that. Red Thonar obviously for dogs, so if you need that, go for it. Blue Mono, a little bit better than the green Mono, but I still don't really like her, so I didn't vote for her. Red Freya is definitely the option that I would choose if you're going to vote for a Freya. Very, very good for Nidhogg. I probably should have thrown a vote on her instead of one of those demon backliners, to be fair, because I think mine's only 4/6, and I could use the extra ultimate move gauge levels. But realistically, she's basically only used for Nidhogg now because of her relic, and I can pretty much hit damage cap every time that I use her because that fight is so ridiculous now. So go for her if you want her. Obviously a very nice character to have. Red Magelda, not great. Blue Roxy, a very good unit. I would consider this one to be very much more PvE sort of oriented. She's very, very good for hitting damage caps on bosses and stuff like that. So I do recommend using this unit if you can get her. Tyr is also like top tier. You should definitely grab him. His Unity is also very, very good, even if you're not going to use him on the field. So he is a shoe-in, I would say, but I already have him 6/6, so I didn't vote for him. And then you have the blue Camilla at the end, and I never use that character. I think I've used her once, and it was just to showcase her a little bit in Guild Boss because that's what she's for, and it was pretty mediocre, so don't recommend it. These are the votes that I did just in total. I did Mael, Light Bond, Light Elizabeth, the newer one, not the older one, Roxy, Ominous Nebula Zeldris, the backliner Cusack, backliner Chandler, which I said those in the backwards order, and then Skadi at the end. I probably would replace one of these characters, probably Chandler if I had to guess, because he's the one that I use the least. Maybe even Ominous Nebula Zeldris, because realistically I'm not using him either. For Freya, probably should have did that, but honestly the pool is not the best as far as like the regular hero lineup goes, but some of these characters you might not have, so at least some of them are like seasonal, a little bit less frequent, so hopefully you'll be able to pick up a couple copies of those characters as you're summoning. Obviously you're probably going to be summoning for the newest character, the festival character himself, or the festival characters. So yeah, make sure that you get your votes in, make sure that your voice is heard. The banner should hopefully end up being pretty good, because even if some of these like lesser used units end up getting voted in or whatever, like it's not that big of a deal to me. Some of these characters I'm assuming are pretty you know, few and far between on regular banners, so this could be good GP or just box CC and stuff like that for regular players. I'll just, you know, chalk it up to it is what it is. I don't really care what the unfeatured units are for me, specifically for my account, because I already have all the units. So if you need them, vote for them. That way you can get them, hopefully, and then help the other people out who want them. So that is pretty much it for me. Hopefully this was helpful. I don't really have anything else to go over because obviously it's just a vote right now. But obviously there's a lot of potential for the banner. Looking forward to seeing the new Escanor. They should be unveiling him next week, if I had to guess. We'll probably get a live stream on Wednesday. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I really want to see like his animations and his art and his costumes and all of the stuff, because he looks like he could be really, really cool. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys tomorrow.